Hi, Thomas.
Hello.
Can you describe what condition you have?
I have what's called high-functioning autism. I have difficulty understanding social interaction. I have difficulty putting anything on my mind into words. The hardest thing is every day is a challenge.
Can you tell me how many jobs you've applied for?
Off the top of my head, 196.
He wasn't diagnosed till the age of 4. I think by then we realised because he wasn't sort of talking in sentences and he did sort of have some odd behaviour. But we didn't know anything about autism at that time and it's been a learning experience ever since.
I find everyday tasks hard and demanding. Every single day I'm constantly worrying because with all the unpredictability in the world, I'm always in a state of anxiety. Often find daily situations like paying for things or going out about remembering to do things such a struggle. I often have routines and have trouble anticipating change. My biggest fear in the future is to not get a job until way later in my life, or worse, not at all, ending up living on the streets.
Can you list for me your academic qualifications, please?
First class honours degree in Games and Graphics Hardware Technology.
So this one, Tom, I think you were probably just coming up for 2 there. Thomas's autism means that he has a way of thinking which is methodical and analytical. He'll spot the smallest detail, something that you or I wouldn't actually notice. We sort of noticed quite early on that he would be really good at the games because he seemed to have a really good hand-eye coordination. And he had an amazing memory even at sort of a young age.
The purpose of my final year project was to create a virtual reality game in which the screen could be rotated by gesture.
Since graduating 3 years ago, Thomas has been desperately hunting for a job in the computer games industry.
We all thought, oh, he'll get a job, he's got a first-class degree. And then sort of, for the first year or so, we were all a bit shell-shocked really because there was nothing there for him.
His autism has meant he's struggled in job interviews, and he's been rejected every time.
Interviews are really difficult for him. If something comes up that he doesn't expect to be asked, he'll stumble over his words, he'll forget some of the things he ought to say about himself that are brilliant.
I can never be too sure of what the questions that they ask might be, so I may be thrown off by a completely unexpected one which I don't have an answer prepared for. If I were to get a job, that would mean I'd be able to enjoy life a lot more because I'd be able to feel like I contributed to society.
To have that sense that he's achieved that would be just the most amazing thing in the world, really.
After months of searching, Thomas has made a breakthrough.
Mum, do you think it's worth making a good impression by dressing up? Because my concern is they may think I'm taking it too seriously.
Well, aren't you taking it seriously?
Yes.
Well, there you go then.
A computer games company is recruiting for a new tester, and they want to see what Thomas is like on the job, rather than how well he performs in an interview.
He's waited such a long time for an opportunity like this, so I guess everything's built up to this moment, and it is massively significant for him today.
If he does well, he could be offered a real job.
Okay, you all right? Hey. All right, you have a good day, okay? I'm really proud of you. You're going to do a great job today. All right? You've shown what you can do, yeah? Okay. See you later. Good luck. Bye.
The company produces realistic driving games
Quite one of these ones.
for PC, Xbox and PlayStation, and are hunting for new talent
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
that can prove themselves in real work situations.
With a normal job interview, you'd never be able to see what somebody can offer the company. So to get them into the office to see how they get on while they're actually on the job could be very helpful.
For his first job, Thomas is tasked with helping to locate a bug in the simulator when multiple cars enter the pit lane.
We've been chasing this same bug now for about 4 or 5 days. This multiplayer bug needs to be desperately fixed.
Requiring careful attention to detail,
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Brake, 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 brake.
it could be well suited to his autistic strengths.
You've knocked the wheel off your car.
It's not my first time.
No, I know, it's perfectly fine. It helps to have a massively good eye for detail when doing these checks, because it's kind of hard to sometimes see a bug unless you're really looking for it.
1 hour in, and Thomas has assisted in reproducing the error.
No, hang on, it's suddenly stopped. Suddenly stopped. I've been told to go.
We got it. We got it. This is perfect. You can see the FPS has gone. Check the flags.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, so that's running about 4 FPS. So we've managed to repro it. See, that's testing 101, my friend. Not a high five, we've actually got it. It's up to us to make sure that there's no knock-on effects of the fixes.
Yes, that sounds like something for regression testing.
It is regression testing, you got it in one. Yeah, so you know regression testing.
Yes.
Perfect. Unbelievable.
Thomas has performed well,
It's your good testing, that's what it is.
but the prospect of lunch and social interaction with colleagues presents a potentially bigger challenge.
I think we're taking you to the pub. You like a pub?
Yes.
You alright with a pub?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool.
I find it difficult to talk to others because I'm never sure what the right words to say.
I suppose some might assume I have no personality because of that.
I find it hard to talk to people if they're already engaged, out of politeness. I'm standing outside a crowd. I just feel like I want to get into that crowd, but my difficulties mean I just don't know how to go about it.
Right, that's...
Quite a big burger, anyhow.
That's fine.
I see myself as a bit different to other people, but I'm trying my absolute best to be normal, and that's probably one of the hardest things to do when you have disability.
Thomas has struggled to talk and socialise, but his work has been impressive, and the team want to give him a bigger task: to test the performance of a new flight simulation game.
We're going to have to try and work out how the game is running on low-end hardware. Any bugs which are still in and any poor frame rate issues are now going to be a massive issue. So what he's doing is actually quite important.
Thomas needs to methodically check every level in the game for crashing weak spots. But his keen eye spots something else, a graphics error.
How are we looking, Thomas? Any more crashes?
More of a glitch than a crash. The water in the earth was a strange colour. Right there.
Yeah, do you see it?
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people can easily gloss over and not realise it's there. So it's good when you've got an eye for detail like that and you're spotting things like that within the game. It's good. It's good testing. You found something which our render person thought we'd already fixed, which we hadn't. So good bug hunting. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
By the end of the day, Thomas has worked through all of his tasks.
Come in.
Hello, Thomas.
The team want to feed back about his work and give thoughts on his career prospects.
But what I liked today, which really impressed me today, was you finding them other 2 bugs. You found a bug with the water shader, and everyone's thanked you on the forums. It's actually been quite helpful.
If we were to be able to offer you some work here, how would you feel about that?
I'd be delighted.
Would you? Oh, that's great. We would love it if you could come and work with us. That sound cool?
Yes, thank you very much.
Cool.
He's shown to have good qualities and good strengths. He can think outside the box, as he's demonstrated with today's working. So I think the man could be well suited for the industry.
I think it could be the beginning of a very long and fulfilling career.
Thank you very much for your effort. It's been really appreciated, and it's been nice having you in the office.
Hello, you're back.
Hey. Oh, good to see you.
So, how did it go?
It went very well, thank you.
Good.
They said in my appraisal that they'd like to offer me part-time paid work.
Wow. No, really?
Yes, really.
That's amazing, Thomas. Very, very well. Very, very well done indeed. Just totally overwhelmed. Just it's so much more than I kind of hoped for. This is massive. It could just basically turn his life around and give him the career that he's always wanted.
I'm pretty much the kind of employee that no one has discovered yet. That kind of hard-working employee that could go very far, but he needs a chance. And I think today I managed to show that.